Hi, I'm Eric from Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe for homemade Italian dressing. This recipe is not only delicious, but it's so much healthier than what you buy in the store because it doesn't have any preservatives or artificial ingredients, and the flavor is going to blow you away. This is better than what you're going to be served at an Italian restaurant, and I'm not talking Olive Garden. I'm talking this is better than what you're going to get served at a so-called nice Italian restaurant. So stick around and I'm going to show you how to make it in your own home kitchen. So let's talk about the two most important ingredients in your Italian dressing. I have an extra virgin olive oil imported from Sicily, and for my red wine vinegar, this is also from Italy. This is from the Chianti region. Now you don't necessarily need to use these exact brands, but make sure you're buying an oil and vinegar that both come from Italy. It's really going to show through in the results. So to get started, I'm going to measure out 50 milliliters of the Italian red wine vinegar. Now usually Italian dressing has about a 3-to-1 ratio of oil to vinegar. I like it a little bit stronger, so I'm going to use about a 2.5-to-1 ratio, but you might want to experiment to see what you like. Okay, so now that we have our oil and vinegar measured out, let's talk about the seasonings. And here's what I'm going to be using today. Obviously on the left we have salt and pepper shakers. For your Italian seasoning, you can buy that together as a blend, but I actually like to customize mine. So I'm going to be using some crushed red pepper, oregano, and basil. Now I usually like cooking with fresh herbs, but with dressing, this is one of the exceptions where the dried herbs actually tend to work better. And I'm going to start by adding some sea salt. One of the mistakes home cooks use when making this recipe, a lot of times they don't salt their dressing, and that's really going to detract from the flavor, so be generous here. And you can be even more generous with that freshly cracked black pepper. And I've measured out about a heaping half teaspoon each of the basil, oregano, and crushed red pepper flakes. One little tip to give added flavor, before you add that to your dressing, you just want to use your fingers just like that to break up the herbs. That'll just release a little bit more of that oil. So we'll add that in. Now this next ingredient is really going to take your Italian dressing over the top. This is 24-month aged Parmigiano Reggiano cheese imported from Italy. There's really no substitute here, so if you don't find this exact product, I highly recommend that you just omit it from the recipe entirely. And you just want to use the smallest holes on your box grater to grate a little bit of that up. I have about 2 tablespoons here. It's really not as much as it seems though once we add it into the rest of the ingredients. And we can add that in. And next I have 1 small shallot and 1 clove of garlic. I'm going to peel these and I'm going to mince them as fine as I can get them with my knife. And that's the consistency you're looking for the shallot. And that's what you're looking for the garlic. We mince that up even finer. So we can add that garlic and shallot. And we're on to the last ingredient in our Italian dressing. This is Dijon Mustard. I'm going to add about a teaspoon. This will add some flavor, but it's also going to help us thicken and emulsify the vinaigrette. Okay, and now that I have all the ingredients in there, I just popped on the lid to that mason jar, and I'm going to give this a good shake for a minute or two until this comes together and emulsifies. And that's what you're looking for. That didn't take long at all. The oil and vinegar have completely mixed up. So our Italian dressing is ready to go. Now I do find that this is a little bit better if you let it sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge while I make myself up a salad. Okay, and here's my salad served up. I've given that a light coat of the Italian dressing along with a couple cracks of the freshly cracked black pepper. Let's dig in and give it a bite. That is just so good. All of those authentic flavors that went into this dressing. This just blows away anything you're going to buy at the store, anything you're likely to get served at a restaurant. And you saw how easy this was to make. Make this recipe. It's going to allow you to eat more salad, to get healthier. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Eric from Simply Elegant Home Cooking, and I'll see you again real soon.